Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.
Welcome to Beyond the Badge, a program about the inner workings of the Edina Police and Fire Departments. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sergeant Brian Hubbard. Edina Police K-9 Blitz will soon have an extra layer of protection thanks to a nonprofit organization and a local business. The nonprofit organization Vested Interest in Canines and Kaja Salon donated bullet and stab-proof protective vests to Blitz and 5 other canines in the metro area. Kaja Salon held a fundraiser last fall to cover the $1,800 to $2,200 cost for each vest.
A lot of the situations we go into are unknown, or a lot of the situations we send the dogs into are unknown or dangerous, or suspects could be hiding or things like that. So to know that he's going in protected now is a very good thing.
The nonprofit Vested Interest in Canines was founded in 2009 and has provided more than 1,600 protective vests in 49 states through private and corporate donations. It's been just over a year since a gunman ambushed and shot a New Hope police officer after a swearing-in ceremony at New Hope City Hall. The gunman was killed during the ensuing gunfire that left 2 other officers in the hospital. Now one of those officers, Beau Schoenhard, is working for the Edina Police Department. He sat down with Edina TV's Dietrich Nissen and shared his experience.
I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Minnesota.
January 26, 2015 was supposed to be a celebratory night.
I was there with my wife and son. I'm friends with one of the officers that was getting sworn in.
Officer Beau Schoenhard and his friend and fellow officer Josh Ernessy had just come from Ernessy's swearing-in ceremony.
Our wives were going to meet for the first time, and we were going to go out to dinner.
On their way out, Schoenhard noticed a man brandishing a weapon. Came
up the steps of City Hall and shot one time as I grabbed him in the shotgun.
Get down.
It was dead quiet. And then people start moving around and yelling, and I heard my son crying, but I couldn't see my wife or my son.
Somebody got shot. Stay down.
Beau's wife, Bridget, grabbed their son, Broderick, and ran as other officers returned fire, striking the gunman and Beau.
Go away from this.
I felt the round go through my arm. I thought it was 2 rounds, but it was just one. Entered and exited, and at first nothing, and then searing pain, and I think probably the broken bones hurt more than the bullet holes.
Hospital staff quickly went to work setting his bones, and although his stay lasted only a short while, Beau received some bad news.
Early on, they said, we don't know what's going to happen. You may never have feeling in your hand again. You may not be able to be a police officer again. My biggest fear was that I could do the job, but then it wouldn't be medically cleared.
He also had to see how his family felt about returning to a job after witnessing the shooting.
There was a time when people were asking me, what if your wife said, I don't want you to go back to that, her being there and experiencing trauma in that situation, and I said I would do what she asked.
However, the shooting had the opposite effect. Bridget and both sides of their families offered Beau their full support. As months went by, that support and Beau's determination to get a job with Edina's police department helped drive him through rehabilitation.
He wanted to come to Edina. He had been applying in Edina. He was in our current process when that shooting took place. And then that took him out of not only our process, but possibly law enforcement as a career.
Edina Police Chief Dave Nelson says Beau showed perseverance and expects him to be a valuable addition to Edina's police force.
And he kept telling us that this is where he wants to finish his career. He wants to move to Edina and raise his family in Edina. And the skills that he had developed over the past 7 years in New Hope, consisted of being a field training officer, a use of enforce instructor, a range officer, and an armorer. All those are skills that we can use in Edina.
I feel very welcome. Everybody's been just fantastic. It's a dream come true.
And offers a new occasion to celebrate instead of dwell on what happened January 26, 2015. In Edina, Dietrich Nissen, Edina TV.
Just like every new Edina officer, Beau will spend the next 3 to 4 months training alongside another officer before being on his own. A heavy snowstorm can bury fire hydrants and cause dangerous delays for firefighters. Each year, the Edina Fire Department does its best to make sure fire hydrants are accessible, but they need residents' help to clear all 1,800 hydrants in the community. The Adopt a Hydrant program began as a way to make sure that during a fire, firefighters have immediate access to hydrants. Since it can take 20 turns with a 2 or 3 foot wrench to open a single hydrant, the city's fire code requires a clearance of a 3-foot radius around each one.
As you can see here, we cleared this one to the curb, and so if we had large piles of snow there, we'd be able to easily find this fire hydrant. The second thing is we need to get a full-size person with the hose there to manipulate the caps and the hose so we can hook it up and turn it on.
If you or a group you're involved with would like to volunteer to dig out hydrants in the winter, call the Edina Public Works Department at 952-826-0376 or the Edina Fire Department at 952-826-0378. On behalf of the City of Edina's Public Safety Team, thanks for tuning in to learn a little bit more of what goes on beyond the badge. Until next time, stay safe.